between all the games. Specifically for Heroes 7, the story takes place between Hero 6 and Heroes 5.
I see.
Just in the middle.
Yeah, sure.
Sort of.
Okay, so what are we taking a look at here? We starting a game?
Yeah. So we entering the province of one of the factions of the game. We have 6 factions in this game. This one is called Haven. There are knights, shining armor. We call it the Holy Empire in terms of lore. This is the city, the most important thing in your kingdom. It defines really how developed you are. So this is a fully developed city, what we call an in-game city, a capital. You may own several of them, and the idea is really to go after the opponent's towns, conquer them, and then develop them to make them their own.
Okay.
Their own, sorry. So on the adventure map, you can collect resources, obviously. You can fight creatures like those titans that belong to a second faction, the neighboring faction. It's Academy, and they are wizards of the Silver Cities, so more into magic, and inspired not by medieval Europe but by the Arabian Nights. So they have, for instance, this magical bird called an Arcane Eagle. He's taking control of your catapult here, and you need a catapult to destroy the titans. So your first objective is really to go there, recapture the catapult by defeating this bird.
So are we controlling our hero?
Yeah, so that's your main hero. The name is Ivan. And then you will go into the battle map. So you'll see it's a different map, a bit like the old Final Fantasy in which you were going into battle mode. So the battle map, as I was saying, really like a chessboard. All the creatures are there. The hero is standing at the back, so he's really supporting the troops with spells or tactical abilities like war cries, giving orders. And the objective is to defeat the enemy army, but there could be different objectives on the map. Here, for instance, is protect the catapult. You don't want the enemy to destroy it. The combat is rigged for this demo so that you are super powerful and they're super weak. So in one turn it's over. Usually it's more like 15-20 minutes per battle when it's a bit challenging. So victory, yeah. Okay. Then we move forward. The idea now is to go into the enemy territory because they try to invade yours, so it's retaliation time. So the catapult will enable us first to destroy the remaining titans. That's what we do now.
So it's the world map. This part of the game is turn-based?
Yes, it is turn-based.
Still turn-based.
You will see it when the hero moves. You have little dots that represent the action points he has.
Gotcha.
So this is the enemy trying to escape, crossing a snowy ridge. This is your turn now. Pushing defeat. And you see the little dots. When it's green, it means I can do it in one turn. If it becomes red, it means I need another turn, so it's the enemy's turn and then mine.
I got you. The AI will path it for you?
No, you select your path. So you can really take different routes. The adventure map in Heroes, we have, so you rebuild the bridge that was destroyed to go to the enemy town. We have a concept that we call the Christmas tree spirit. This is the adventure map. Why? Because it's shiny, a lot of presents for you, little sparkling things that are so nice. You want to really go and move and collect everything. So here the enemy tried to escape, the path is blocked by an avalanche. In the game there will be tons of scripted events like that in the campaign and in some skirmish multiplayer maps. This is possible due to the fact that now we are using Unreal 3 as the main engine for the game. So it allows a lot of things, make it very nice and bright, and have a lot of cool effects, like the snowfall, for instance, the weather effects, but also create those scripted events that are really easy to do. So the level designers are having a blast with the engine, with this game. The second battle map, as you can see, the layout is totally different. Here it's really an icy maze with debris and walls, and so it will be very efficient to use 2 features of the game. The cover system, so when you're hiding behind walls like that, your troops reduce the incoming damage from the shooters, the enemy spells or arrows, and the flanking system. When you move to a creature, if you attack it from the rear or from the side, you get damage bonus, which is classic in tactical RPGs, but something that was never before in a Heroes game. It's really the first time that we bring this to the audience. So for the jaded Heroes players, it will be a new way to... It is built like small, but having this positioning and movement becomes super important. Some creatures will have abilities that really take that into account, so some will rediscover the battles because of the variety of layouts, objectives, and cover and flanking systems. So you can see the enemy hero, my hero, it's really a versus, me versus the other guy. Each one controlling various creatures. In this game, one creature symbolizes a troop. It's not just one creature, it's like 100 or 20. The number indicates how many creatures you have. For instance, here, 25 riders. So again, easy battle. The idea is not to spend the majority of our time doing that. So now we will try really to go into the enemy territory, but we have an issue. The avalanche is blocking the northern path, and there's a lake blocking the southern path. So we will go underground. The little dragon head that you see here is an underground entrance. It's typical from the Heroes games, in which we have 2 levels for each adventure map, the surface and the underground. Usually in the underground, you collect loot. It's like a dungeon of sorts, or you solve puzzles. Here, there's the statue, the ancient statue that feels out of place, so interact with it, drains the water of the lake, creating a sinkhole. It floods the cave, and now we can go on the surface and cross the ridge. Again, little effects like that, very easy to do on the engine, so it really make it more immersive, more magical, which is really the art direction we want to give to the title. So now we can go the other way, cross the ridge, and discover the enemy's province. On the way, as you can see, I was talking about the Christmas tree spirit. We collect everything.
Yeah.
It's like really, the game is very generous. It's not, it's challenging in terms of, tactical battles and stuff, but Heroes in its DNA, you have, there's tons of things for you to win, to gain. So the last environment, the third environment of this gameplay footage, the lush oasis desert, typical to the Academy faction. You see the floating cities with minarets, and the enemy will protect this city with this magical shield, so we will need to dispel it, but we don't have the right spell, so we need to find it. There's this building down below called an Arcane Library that provides you with spells, so that's where we're going. Skills are increased by level up. You get skill points, you can increase them, but spells are gained in special buildings that you can erect in your town, or on the adventure map in buildings like this, or found in a chest, or as a quest reward. So really spells are like, oh yeah, I got one more spell, etc. You want to collect them all. Again, a Pokemon reference, better. So this spell magic will allow you to disrupt the magical shield and really besiege the enemy city. Okay, now it's ours for the taking. And this will be the final battle map of the demo. Our most challenging battle maps, we call them the siege maps, because you're attacking a town, so the enemy troops, usually they have a strong garrison to defend the town, and they're protected behind fortifications. They usually have towers that can shoot at your troops. So the battle is difficult. You have to bring another catapult to help you destroy the walls.
So jumping into this battle, the options were start combat or quick combat. Quick combat,
Quick combat means the AI will do the battle for you.
Gotcha.
Heroes is really funny in a way because some people adore exploring the maps and maybe living the story, but are not really much into tactical battles, so they do auto combat. Others are more like, I want to do the battles and I do them all, but I will like skip the cutscenes and I don't care a lot about the story.
Sure.
So we really have different kind of players and they all find what they want here.
Ooh.
Okay, concludes the demo.
That's all we get to see today. You said there's 6 factions.